Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Houston Comedy Film Festival Uncut Edition. My name is Roselyn Omaka, and I'm with the beautiful Ophir Mashiah.
Hi.
And hi, girl. You are the festival award winner for the sketch comedy, best sketch comedy. I want to say the name correctly because it's long. Joan and Samuel, A Tale of Gaslighting and Independence,
Yeah.
directed by Carissa McKinney in California.
Yes, it is.
Can you tell everybody, can you tell everybody about your sketch comedy? Because it's very, very relevant to today when it comes down to society. I don't want to give anything away, but can you talk about it? The
Um,
gaslight,
yeah, so
the
I
currency
thought
war.
I thought it would be funny to I thought it would really be funny for me to explore how modern day terms that we use today about like women empowerment and feminism like would be perceived. Oh, something just started. You
Huh?
my phone is my computer is
Jeff,
playing something.
how can I ghost thee?
Oh,
I'm
it's okay.
Sorry.
We can start it too.
Yeah, I'll just restart. I will answer again. But
Oh, you're
anyway,
good. Tell
yeah,
tell
it
tell
started
everybody
playing out of
about it.
it started playing in my computer. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, sorry. So I thought it would be really interesting to explore how the life we live in today in relationships, in what we call toxic, would be perceived in like medieval times. And I thought it was just a really fun place to go to and to imagine. And there are a lot of times where like nowadays life in a different time frame kind of becomes comical. So I
Yes.
really enjoy like playing with it.
I thought it was brilliant because whenever you think about, okay, old school medieval times, you think of Game of Thrones and stuff like that. But then
Mhm.
it's like you came back from the war. It's like, who are you? I don't recognize my wife. So I thought that was brilliant.
Thank you.
What inspired you to even have this idea to put this on screen?
So I think there's the life aspect of I'm an actor and I've been doing a lot of auditions and there was one audition 2 years ago that it was like a period piece where it was like about a warrior and I really enjoyed like exploring that possibility to act something that is like not in our times and super powerful. And then so I was very inspired by that audition and I wanted to explore that. But then I was like, I wrote something dramatic and I was like, I don't want to do it dramatic. Let's just make it funny. Like I was like, this is too much. I just want to make it funny. And so I kind of like rewrote the whole 3-page script. And yeah, I made and that's how I discovered it.
But you did a good job though. I loved what I saw. I mean, everybody loved it. And then I was gonna ask you a question. Even though it was 3 pages, all the stuff that y'all did for the acting, how long did that process take?
Um, the process for the acting. So I had the wonderful privilege to act with Charlie Hoffman, who he's a previous colleague. We did another project together before COVID, right before COVID hit, and I once I was like, oh, Charlie can be a really good chauvinistic soldier in the most adorable way possible because he's so lovable and so you really he did such a great job conveying that he's a product of the time and it's not that he's like uh it's not that he's trying to be the meaning it's just like he's so confused about like what happened what are those terms you speak about and
Yes.
so I think I really had such a good time we did one rehearsal and with Carissa that was pretty amazing she really helped us find the pace and kind of like find that comedic timing and fine tune it and yeah it just was just it was like one rehearsal and he had it like
Did a great job. That's impressive for one commercial. And actually, because you said about the pacing and timing, Can you share any advice that you learned when it comes down to pacing and timing? Because that's, as you know, that's what a lot of people struggle with. And I feel like, I mean, with you being the award winner, you have some gems that you could share.
Yeah. Yes, so our um premiere was in the Georgia Comedy Film Festival.
Mhm.
And I went there and I felt like everything, it's kind of crazy, but because everything fell flat, all the jokes fell flat. Now there were three things that I learned from that because I fixed them, and then that's what I had for the next festivals and for Houston was the fixed version, and I was so lucky. And I think that's why people do test plays, like they do the test. I forgot how to say it, but they show it to audience, test audience and stuff, because I realized when I edited it, like we are so used nowadays for really fast paced, not giving a second to think kind of content, right? Uh,
Yes.
but when you're in a theater setting, there you have time, the audience are having you have their undivided attention. They want to see, they want you to, in a way, like not too much, but like take your time and have a small breath for the joke to land. Like the joke needs this space to land, whether it's in the reaction afterwards or whether it is um, in the moment, but it just needs that half a second. And when I was working with the production company that we were with, Blue Lit Productions, on the editing, I was like, let's take the fluff, let's take the air out. And I think that don't cut it too much so that you're just flying over your jokes and your punchlines. Um, what I did to fix it, which actually worked, because it's too late. It was too late for me to like reopen and re-edit, and I felt like it was a matter of a split second. Like we were just missing that one thing. So what I did to bypass it is I two things. First, I made sure the sound was good because the sound wasn't up to, like, was a little too loud. Yeah, so I like adjusting the sound, making sure that it's going to be in the theater, played in the right level. Super important. And second,
Love
captions.
that.
Yeah.
Love
And the
that. You're
second
paying
thing is
attention to detail.
yeah, yeah. I am sorry. I'm giving super. Maybe I'm
No,
giving too much
it's so
information.
valuable because like, let me, I don't want to interrupt you because I
No,
want
no,
you to
for
keep
sure.
finishing, but this is exciting that you're saying this because you're actually, anybody that's going to watch this, it's going to make them stop and think, let me be in the eyes of the consumer who is watching this. Put yourself
Yeah.
in their shoes. And that's what you're doing, even down to
And yeah.
the sound.
Yeah. And to the context, right? So if I'm watching something on my phone, I have 1,000 things that can take my mind away from it. So yeah, you want to like snap, 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 really quick. But when I'm sitting in a chair and I'm taking the time to watch a movie, not to say like, oh, like go for, 45 minutes on one punchline, but I am there. I'm in a dark room and I'm watching this thing in front of me on a big screen. So the context is what's the context you're planning to showcase your like film product, and really like adapting for that. I think that was a huge lesson. And if not, captions, because what happens with captions is that our brain is perceiving the information twice. And specifically what I learned with, because I'm having a little bit of like classical language, and it was so subtle, so I thought it's not going to interrupt, but still it's a different accent and it's a different language. It's not the way we speak today. And so I felt a lot of the jokes were in the language, and reading it and hearing it amplifies it and gives the people time to really, they need less time for the reaction shot. Like it actually reduces the time. So I would say,
Mhm.
yeah, captions for comedy is so important. Yeah.
You're amazing. Thank you for sharing that advice because I feel like that's what some people they need to hear. And I love that you really value feedback and you don't just make a movie or film, but like you're also studying it to make sure, okay, I'm going to put this out into different festivals so I can test the market and I can actually see how are they reacting to the jokes. Because typically, as you know, people will think about themselves and they'll tell their friends and family, but their friends and family don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I love that you're getting real-time reactions and you're not getting discouraged. You're making those adjustments to keep improving and keep being better. And obviously, hello, you're the winner.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And I wanted to say you seem like such an expert. How long have you been doing this again?
Not long. I think this is um I've been I would say uh in the starting my acting journey after studying and then starting also like filmmaking.
Yes.
2020 I started really going out there for acting and auditioning in 2022.
Mhm.
And I studied before that, I studied directing and acting. Um, and I did another project that was in a festival run, but I actually never got to go to the festivals and see it. So I think that was like, I kind of missed on that opportunity to learn a little bit, but I
Mhm.
did learn a lot. It took us like a year and a half for the team in post-production. It was directed by Natalia Montesinos, and she was also editing it. And so that was, I think, the first experience of really learning from the basics.
Wow.
And this is, I would say, my third time producing something yeah, a
Congrats.
project, yeah.
Beautiful. Where do you want to take this particular sketch? What's your goal with this?
Um, So I think that for me, I started this as like an inspiration for like, oh, I'm an actor. I want to explore this character. I want to explore this scenery and kind of writing myself something as an actor to play with. And I didn't expect it to like to go where it did. And I'm so grateful and happy that it did. I and I think that now I'm kind of like readjusting, all right, like what can it be? I really love comedy. So I definitely want to create more in the term in the worlds of comedy, more sketches, and maybe one day like combining them into like one sketch show. That's a possibility. um I
That would
think
be cool.
after yeah,
That
I
would be
think
cool.
after the festival run, I was planning on releasing it on YouTube or on social media and like seeing how it goes, and then continuing from there. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure yet.
Yes, definitely keep going. And what was I going to say to you? Is there anybody that you would like to shout out? I would say that worked really hard on the team that you want to, because I feel like you'll know because you're more on the inside, but is there somebody that you want to give recognition to that you feel like really deserves it?
Yeah, I think Melissa Blue, she's the head of Blue Lit Productions, and she was tremendous help with everything. She connected me with Carissa, the amazing director, and so I'm so grateful for that. And again, like I have to say, Charlie Hoffman, he's such a great artist. He has such a big soul that comes through his eyes onto the screen. And I think that I'm so grateful to have that acting partner. I hope to work with all of them again. So, yeah, those are the main people, I think.
As you're smiling, what was your favorite moment behind the scenes? Your favorite moments?
Oh, my favorite. We only had 3 hours to shoot the scene. This
Mhm.
was shot in 3 hours, and I was like, oh, it's impossible. I don't think we can do it. I'm trying to think. What's my favorite moment? Mm,
I feel like you had a lot.
yeah. Um, I fell so many times trying to like not fell, but like not dangerous, but like me trying to like pick up the bow and look cool and go up the stairs because I like for people who don't know, I pick up a bow and I'm like ready to go and it needs to be super cool. And I think that was the most challenging thing for me.
Hard.
My knees, I was like, my knees are not built for this. And then I realized, oh, that's why actors train before they have like those kind of things. But
It's crazy when you think about it. That thing is hard to use.
Yeah, and then I think another moment was when Charlie was like, I can't read or write. It's the Middle Ages. And we were all trying not to laugh. I think for me, like I did not look at him. Like I did not make eye contact with him when we were doing his coverage because I just couldn't not laugh. And I was like, oh my God, you're really challenging me right now to like
I
not
love
like
that.
destroy this entire thing because we only have 3 hours. So
So
yeah,
your little tip, if your tip is, if it's too funny, I gotta look away. I gotta look
I gotta
away.
look away. I
That's how you
couldn't.
made the 3 hours work real quick. We're gonna maximize it. You too funny. Don't look at them.
I cannot look you in the eyes. It's just, it's so funny, so hilarious.
Oh, Ophir, how
Yeah.
can anybody that obviously like loves your sketch comedy, how can this, what's the best way? I want to say, how can they stay in touch? What's the best way you prefer for people to contact you? You have a dope.
Honestly, you can go through my Instagram at Ophir Mash, and there is my website, which is ophirmash.com. You can find me there, and I think those are the two best ways. If for
Your
acting
website,
and
by the
content.
way, your
Mhm.
website is awesome. I love your website. Beautiful, clean website. Definitely,
Thank
anybody watching, take notes.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yay. So there is a contact me there on my website. And then Instagram is like I think the easiest way to kind of like contact nowadays.
I'll put it on there for you.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Afir. Congratulations again. And I'm excited to see more of what you have. Don't be a stranger. And again, I really appreciate you taking the time to submit and show everybody your beautiful work and bringing it to life. Stay
Thank you.
working with the same team. If all of you get along, I love the fact that all of you work so well together. Please stay with your team and keep growing together.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait. I already have a few projects in mind that I want to shoot with them. So fingers crossed there will be more.
There will be more. We're going to claim it now. There will be more.
There will be more.
Awesome. You take care. Thank you so much, Afir.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.